right, here we go. Good evening, family out there in YouTube world and other platforms. This is Marley G coming at you live and direct. like like my man King Ernest say live and direct. First I want to just give the glory to the Most High God. Without Him, I'm not possible. You're not possible. Nothing is possible. And without His Son, Yahshua, um, we know him as Jesus, dying on the cross, we would be just living for nothing because he died for our sins, basically. And without him dying for our sins, nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. We live in sin, so everything will be displeasing to the Most High God. So glory be for that. And I say that to say, you know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, I was engaged in Islam. You know what I mean? And before I go in it a little further, I just want to shout out all the brothers, all the Muslim brothers out there. I give the salams to, and stuff like that. But and like I said, no disrespect intended. This video, I'm just sharing my experiences, and hopefully, as we're in these, excuse me, I got the hiccups. As we're in these troubling times or whatever, I just want to everybody that's channeling in to their inner self and trying to see what's really going on, to listen, open up your ears and close your mouth and just listen for a second. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil is real. Is real is real as God is. The devil is just as real. You know what I'm saying? And he plays tricks with the mind. He plays tricks on words. He plays on people. He plays on your emotions and everything in between. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was engaged in Islam since when I came home from being cuffed in 2007. A year goes by. Most of my homies, they took their shahada while I was gone. My cousin took a shahada. I learned a little bit about Islam when I was down my first time, and it was intriguing and things of that nature. So, long and behold, I went and took my shahada when I was home for like a year and some change. Um, right there on Haddon Spruce Canyon, New Jersey. You feel me? So anyway, I'm saying all that to say, I am no longer under the umbrella of Islam. Brothers tell me, yo, Maul, yo, Cheese, you always gonna be Muslim. In the sense of, I agree. In the sense of, I always will submit to one God. Muhammad is not uh, the last seal of the prophets to me. And like once again, disrespect intended, but as I drop these clips on you, drop these videos, I'm going to have a full facts on why he is not. You know what I'm saying? But we'll start with this. He says his dad is well, they say his father was Abdullah. I'm not sure of his full name, but Abdullah was incorporated in part of Rasulullah's name, father's name. What does Abdullah mean? Abdullah means the slave of Allah. So when you say the slave of Allah, he was the slave of what Allah? Did Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, did he get his revelations after his dad died? Of course, he got his revelations, I believe, when he turned 40 until he passed away at 62, I believe. But nevertheless, his dad was the slave of Allah. Now, Muslims out there, how can you answer that question? He was the slave of what Allah? The Allah that Muhammad was going to claim was excuse me that Muhammad was going to claim that he was the one and only God, or is this the law that the pagans used to worship out of the 360 idols that were in that Kaaba? Because the 360 idols that was in the Kaaba, the Quraysh tribe, which happened to be Muhammad's tribe, that was their chief deity, Allah, other known as Allah. Now, how we going? How I need clear cut answers. You see what I'm saying? I know what's going on, but do you guys have you guys ever asked yourself that question? You know what I'm saying? And this is just a inkling. This is just a crumb of what I'm going to be breaking down to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. You gotta really like. I know a lot of brothers, a lot of black Sunni Muslims. You know, I'm in the Canton, New Jersey area, right across the bridge from Philadelphia. It's a strong community, Muslim community over there, as well as in North New Jersey. East Coast pretty much is, you know, heavy with the brothers that follow the Sufi. But nevertheless, a lot of brothers, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of brothers, if you're on the tip where, you know, they might have took their shot in jail, not saying for protection or anything, but the dean is exposed to a lot of brothers in the can, and we take food because, you got nothing to do but, you know, reflect on yourself and seek a higher power. So a lot of us tend to, come to the fold of Islam behind the wall. But nevertheless, and then we go home. And, it's something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? I embraced something. I learned something while I was away. I just wasn't wasting time, which is a good thing. But nevertheless, you get home, you join the masjid, brothers that's, home already, they embrace you. Assalamu alaikum, ahkis, alaikum salam, and you know, the salutations is beautiful, the Dan is beautiful, and all that. But then we start learning just the, the five pillars and to offer the salah. And then we learn the Al Fatiha, how to say it in the Arabic language. And then we're taught to learn short verses to implement them in the slot, and then longer verses, and then you grow and you grow as you memorize. But have you ever stopped and thought about what you're saying, and more than that, why is it every time? Okay, in the Quran, they say Jesus was virgin born. He let the blind see. He 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 rose the dead to living, and he talked as a child, and he amongst other things. You know what I'm saying? Look, leave that like that. But nevertheless, they said he's the spirit of Allah, and um, I lost my train of thought. Excuse me. But anyway, Isa alayhi salam, which is Jesus in Arabic, they say all these wonderful things about him. But this is where it gets tricky at. Now they say, well, it says he died not only it was meant to um, be seen as if he died, like he was on like they switched people on the cross, and Jesus just arrayed he ascended to Allah had him ascend ascend up to heaven. So basically, you're saying he did all these miracles, virgin birth, the spirit of the law, but you're denying the fact that he got nailed to the cross. He got crucified. You know what I'm saying? At I forgot Calvary. Um, you know, I just start opening the Bible. So excuse me, I'm not too knowledgeable on things of that nature, but I know enough to know that they're denying the fact that he died for our sins, and they're denying the fact that when he says, destroy this temple and I will raise it up in 3 days, he didn't mean the temple of any city, any building. He meant the temple, his temple, the spirit. You know, that'd be raised up in 3 days. Islam denies all that. So you're denying the most important part about the gospel, which is him dying, him being resurrected to back to life in 3 days, and 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 that's the glue. That's the glue of the gospel right there. You know what I'm saying? And in the Quran, it says there's 6 articles of faith. And one of the articles of faith is believing in the books. You know what I'm saying? Believing in the Torah and the Injil, which is the gospel. With that being said, you know what I mean? Like, you guys believe all this other stuff, but you don't. But we don't believe that So a law made. You trying to tell me a law made another man? Uh, a law punished another man and had him go through that, however long he suffered for on that cross, bleeding out, uh, suffocating for nothing. The boy was innocent. So you know what I'm saying. So Jesus can get up out of there and ascend to heaven. So basically, Jesus just came. He came down here to do what? If his mission was to come down here to sacrifice himself for the sins of the world, we're denying that. Well, Islam is denying that, and that don't add up. That, you know what I'm saying? That's not adding up. So is a law given um, inaccurate revelations to the Prophet Muhammad, or is the Prophet Muhammad making these things up? You know what I'm saying? Or you know, because Muslims are you guys reading the Torah that you say that the one of the articles of faith? Are we reading the Injil, or are we coming up with our own versions of it? And then another thing, like every time, excuse me, let me back up. At the end, in the back of the Quran, it's like a Jesus versus Muhammad thing. Like, why, you know what I mean? Why, what's up with that comparison? You know what I'm saying? Like, why, why does he have to be, it, why is there a comparison? Why does this Muhammad um, fella got to prove that he was in the Bible? He got to prove that he was a prophet. He got to prove this. He got to prove that. A prophet is a prophet. You know what I mean? If God reveals something to you, then the proof is in the pudding. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to just keep on trying to prove anything. You know what I'm saying? And and like I said, with that being said, man, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's no disrespect to none of the brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know I receive a lot of slack from the brothers that I used to run with. You know what I mean? I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't need any friends. I got exactly who I need in my life right now. So, and I'm not saying that with no arrogant stuff. I'm just saying it is what it is. It's time to reveal the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all another little clip, right? You know what I mean? Just another little clip. every time it comes up with, like, just think about this. Like, if there was no, if somebody just came up to you like, yo, what, babe boy over there, what's up, babe boy over there, man? You'd be like, who? And then you be like, man, old head, man, old head. It seemed like old head trying to, old head like that little girl, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happens, prophet or not, or alleged prophet or not, who in the world is going to be digging a 6-year old girl? Uh, and I believe consummate the marriage at 9, and they were married up until she was 18, until uh, the boy passed away. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Prophet Muhammad passed away, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? If that was in this time, I don't care what the scenario was. Brothers ain't having it. Brothers is not having that. You might, what, man? Yo, bro, you got 5 seconds to get away from my niece. You got 5 seconds to get away from my daughter, and that's just that. That's plain as day. Come on, man, y'all. Come on, you gotta. We gotta start thinking, man. You mean to tell me the creator of the world? Hold on, cause now I'm getting started. Now, like, I'm starting to really feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the brothers to know the truth. I want all of us to know the truth at any cost. You know what I'm saying? Um, give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me try to find something. Okay. Example. Check this out real quick. And now this is narrated by Jabbar bin Abdullah. He says, when I got married, Allah's messenger said to me, what type of lady have you married? I replied, I have married a matriarch. He said, Allah's messenger, which is he said, why don't you have a liking for virgins and fondling them? Jabbar also said, Allah's messenger said, why didn't you marry a young girl so that, excuse me, why didn't you marry a young girl so that you might play with her and she might play with you? What? What does that sound? How can you interpret that? What positive way can you interpret that? Seriously, I need to know. Drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see this video, I'm not in my feelings about nothing. You can say whatever, but just be honest with yourself and think about what I just now said. That's crazy. Yo, you mean to tell me, whatever. Moving on. Give me a second. And this, like I said, I can go on for days. I can go on for days. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's nasty, man. It's just nasty. This stuff is nasty. It was said, "Oh, messenger of Allah, you perform wudu from the well in which the bodies of dogs, menstrual rags, and garbage are thrown." He said, water is pure. It is not made impure by anything. Think about that. Just think about that for a second. But I ain't gonna go too much in. Um, I'm gonna just let y'all think about the few things that I did say. You know what I'm saying? And we take it from there, man. It's a lot to digest. You know what I mean? The first thing that came to my mind 2 years ago, I was at my cousin crib. God bless the dead. My cousin of mine's crib, and you know, I came across something that I just now mentioned at the beginning of the video.